mazito yalotufika, si wakubwa si watoto. Hili shaka hola, wakulaumu ni nani? Imani tuliamini, nyoyo zikasalimika, tukajiweka rehani, Mungu tukamkumbuka. Imezuka tafarani, imani imetutoka. Hili shaka hola, wakulaumu ni nani? Sijui kitabu gani kilichotupa madhila, ama malaika nani alotumwa shakahola, ama ni uongozini kulikokosa fadhila. Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Lawama tunalo kweli kwa waliotupotea, walofunga na kusali hadi wakadidimia. Hatujajua ukweli, kotini tutatarajia. Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Tuseme ni madhehebu ama dili ya tamaa, tuseme ni nyingi tabu au ni mali kujaa, yamezidi masaibu, ni lipi lilotufaa? Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Tulaumu serikali ama tuseme ni dini? Ila sheria ni kali, la serikali sidhani, ama itikadi kali, basi jibu lipi kwani? Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Basi tuwape shauri wazazi na wanarika, tuchague kwa uzuri dini zisizo mashaka, tusiambiwe mazuri mwishoni tukadhurika. Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Mungu tufunulie, utupe kweli hakika, wajao tuhurumie, sote tuliofadhaika. Subira utupatie, ututoe hili shaka. Hili shakahola, wakulaumu ni nani? Woi twaomboleza wenzetu walotutoka. Mungu Baba twaomba, uilinde imani yetu, tuishi kwa hekima, dini situmalize, na manabii wa uongo tukuabudu pekee. Tumemaliza.
And be part of the celebrating team. Graduation ceremony is a joyous occasion, and like we are enjoying and praising God and thanking God, it is a joyous occasion. It is the pinnacle, the top, the peak of a long academic journey, coupled with numerous obstacles, and that's why we are saying we do not know. I'm speaking to the graduates under there of 20, I think those ones must be of 2016, because our graduates don't make noise. Those ones must be of 2015 and 2017. In spite of the numerous obstacles, hence, only the most resilient survive, especially this PTE course. It is very rigorous. It is very, very rigorous. And then when we say we do not know how we made it, it is just because Jehovah took it over. It is with pleasure, therefore, to welcome all graduates to the 8th graduation ceremony, which encompasses 3 cohorts. The 2017 to 2019 cohort, 2018-2020, and the upgraders for the year 21-22. And I do congratulate you all for your victory. This is an achievement which will not only benefit you, but also the country, especially in this era of competence-based curriculum. there is need for the teaching fraternity to embrace the 21st century skills so as to be globally competitive. A teacher who cannot cope with global trends is disadvantaged in this era. So let us up our game as teacher trainees, as graduates, as administrators and academic staff of Kitui TTC. We are confident that we have equipped you with the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that CBC require in its implementation. We are also sure that you have the current pedagogical content, knowledge, as well as transformative approaches that are key in implementing CBC. Take the mantle as you go out there. Go out there and utilize the knowledge and skills acquired to touch the lives of our young ones and mentor our young ones. Empower them academically and morally too. Do not forget, CBC emphasizes on value-based education, so that we can have learners who will fit in the global market. Today, we release a total of 1,411 qualified teachers to the Kenyan workforce. 578 gentlemen and 827 ladies. Pigeni makofi hapo. Tusome hii comprehension passage. Pigeni makofi tena. Those are 1411 teachers. You can imagine the impact they'll have in the society. They have been successfully assessed, qualified, and certified by the Kenya National Examination Council. The college recorded the following grades: 63.73%, 81.60%, 82.48% in the years 2017-2019, 2018-2020, and 21-22. And 2021-22, and a mean of 4.68, 3.71, and 4.15 respectively. The results were achieved amidst a myriad of challenges, key among them being the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to the closure of many learning institutions, actually all learning institutions in the country. Wameru na Wakamba tunasema haya. Hakuna H hapo, hakuna haja H, but English now tells us to overcome the mother tongue interference. So we are saying higher entrance grades to teacher trainee colleges have also been a challenge to this training, because we are expected to meet a cluster of 5 C's. We have sung that song, we have written reports, we have engaged the policy makers, but they insist that a teacher, to qualify to train at diploma primary teacher, must have a C in English, a C in Swahili, C in mathematics, 1 C in a science and in a humanity. And I think I hope we all know that is what has affected enrollment in all our colleges, 35 colleges. Now, it may not be in my possession, but I would like to whisper loudly that if this trend is not watched, in the next 3-5 years, this country will be in trouble when we start again looking for primary teachers who are trained to implement the very many our current government hopes to achieve. We just pray that somebody somewhere will influence the policymakers to know that a student with a B+, a B plain, can access university degree with a C- in English or maybe in mathematics or any other. But for a teacher, trainee, there is a higher requirement. Having hoped that nobody has heard what I've just whispered, I proceed to say that despite these challenges, Kitui TTC has continued to be a trend setter. In fact, what is our motto? What is our motto? Yes. Accept, challenge, and achieve success. Yeah, Kitui TTC has continued to be a trendsetter in producing teacher trainees. No, I'm a teacher. Na mwalimu sasa ukifunza, hawa najua kuna watu wamenget crash pale. They are not part of this graduation. There are some, yes. I was just saying, Kitui has continued to be a pace setter, trend setter in producing teacher trainees who are not only academically fit, but also excellent in co-curricular activities. And I think Mr. Mutala has extolled the exploits of some Nyamai Mailu. He has talked about Odede. He has talked about, these are just Mailu in Austria, Mailu in Hamburg, Mailu in Dodoma, Mailu in Austria, half marathon, and finally Mailu Yasaid. Nyamai is currently in Japan. Tupiga makofi kwa hiyo achievement. We are proud to be associated with that kind of success. Our graduates are exiting college when we have a paradigm shift in the education system. As I had mentioned earlier, we are confident that the upgrade diploma students are thoroughly equipped to implement the new curriculum as expected. Our dear graduates, remember that the government is banking on you to not only implement CBC in the country, to not only implement the new curriculum, but also to be ambassadors and ensure that it is a success. Be role models and torch bearers of CBC in the country. In addition, strive always to be the best wherever you are. Ensure you add value to the learners and the society as a whole. Learning this from your very own tutors. We have Pastor Buya today pronouncing his PhD in counseling and psychology. We have a very modest doctor, a doctor of mathematics, a very modest person who has refused to shout his PhD in mathematics. That's Dr. Samson Mureithi, our DOC. You celebrate Dr. Mureithi. He has held this PhD for the longest time. And just hand when we peeped through his papers and he confirmed. And the other PhD is from Madam Stella Mangu. So if your lecturers are still pursuing further studies at the age, of above 50, you should do better. You can do better. They started where you are, and this is, I believe, they are still dreaming bigger. So I encourage you. Sample many courses offered by the institutions of higher learning in and out of the country. Research on what skills to equip yourself with in order to be globally competent, so that you don't pick a PhD or a course for the sake of it. Yeah, put the learners you will teach, put them at heart, have them at your heart, and impact on their lives positively. May the Almighty God lead you always. Remember, be bold, be courageous, and be your best out there. And what Kitui has taught you, those who have interacted with some of us, we are not satisfied by good. And to these lines, nothing but the best. When you go out there as you train, it is nothing but the best. And do not be afraid of challenges. Do not be afraid of challenges. I believe, it is my personal belief, that the greater the challenge, the greater the victory. Let's say the greater the challenge, the greater the victory. Yes, you are well equipped. May God bless you.
With you this morning as you celebrate the 8th graduation for the 3 cohorts of the graduates. The 3 cohorts are those of 2017-2019, 2018-2020, and the upgrade. I am reliably informed that to date there are 1,411 graduates from the 3 cohorts who have successfully completed the courses. We are glad for those who are able to attend this morning to color this occasion. We appreciate you for coming for this celebration. It is indeed a very special and important occasion for the graduates, their parents, stroke guardians, those who have sponsors, and the entire education sector. I would like to take this opportunity to applaud and congratulate the graduates for their great achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be associated with this renowned institution that has nurtured the career of many teachers in this country since its commencement in 2010. And today, from what we were able to get from our MC, we were told of Nyamae and others who have excelled, that makes us more the reason why we are proud of this institution. I am aware that this institution began from a very humble beginning at the Anglican Church compound before moving to its current location. The government has been able to support the institution in the development of infrastructure because of its critical role that it plays in education in the development of the individual and indeed the nation. It is for this reason that the government has continued to provide all the teacher training colleges with grants for recurrent and development funds. In reference to the financial year 2019-2020 to 2022-2023, those are several years, we are making reference to the financial years, the ministry has disbursed a total of 63,923,632 to this institution for recurrent expenses. As for the development grant in the financial year 2021-2022, the ministry disbursed 3,540,000 100,000 shillings. I am aware that there is a lot of expectation from the ministry, particularly on infrastructure development of the institution. The BOM chairman has outlined the various areas that the gaps are there. But as a ministry, I wish to assure you all of the government's commitment to funding the infrastructure development of the teacher training colleges, as it is critical in the provision of quality-based education. However, as a board, and these are making reference to the chair and the others, it is important that we are encouraging you to initiate income-generating activities to be able to address some of the infrastructure development and other emerging needs. Because as we are seeing in the currently, the finances will never be enough. So we also need to think outside the box and see what else can we be able to do. Ladies and gentlemen, teacher training is an important component of the education sector because it influences all aspects of education and beyond. The 21st century environment demands a highly flexible labor force, and flexibility is demonstrated in the application of the competencies, technical and soft skills. Today, teachers must possess abilities that makes them competitive both locally and globally. Therefore, training should go beyond the traditional role of impacting knowledge, skills, and attitudes. It is based on this expectation that the government adopted competence-based teacher education that is being implemented currently in all the teacher training colleges. As a country, we are committed to producing 21st century teachers who have the requisite teaching skills, willing to adapt the learner-centered approach to teaching that lay emphasis on nurturing each learner's potential and responding to the societal needs. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is committed to achieving the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 on provision of quality and inclusive education and training, and has made significant strides in achieving the set targets. To this end, the ministry has developed policies and programs that are crucial in facilitating the achievement of education for all and post-2015 education for sustainable development targets. To achieve this, the following measures have been put in place. One, we have the implementation of the National Education Sector Strategic Plan, which is currently under review, because what we had was between 2018 and 2022. I believe there were teams that were here at the beginning of the month to gather data to inform the next strategic plan. Implementation of various government programs geared towards enhancing access and improving quality in education. These programs include, we have the pre-primary education, the free secondary education, the junior secondary schools. We have the competence-based curriculum reform of the CBC. We have the provision of sanitary towel programs to enhance retention and performance of girls. We have the Tusome, the early literacy program that is aimed at improving early literacy in English and Kiswahili. We have school feeding and health and nutrition program that enhances access and retention in the ASAL regions. We have the waiver on the national examinations fee since 2017 for both private and public candidates for KCPE and KCSE. We also have the digital literacy program, which makes learning interesting and participatory. We have the secondary education quality improvement program, popularly referred to as SEQUIP, for infrastructure improvement in primary and secondary schools. We have the National Education Management Information System, popularly known as NEMIS, for accountability and access to real-time data and reporting. We have the 100% transition, which addresses wastage in education. We have the ongoing Kenya Primary Education Quality in Learning program for enhancing quality in education. And in this particular program, it is targeting the teacher training colleges. And last and not the least, we have the Scaling the Digital Skills program in teacher training colleges, where the ministry has collaborated with the Safaricom Foundation, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, the government recognizes that without a well-established and efficiently managed teacher education program, quality education cannot be achieved. Therefore, teacher quality is the main pillar of any successful established education system that is necessary for societal existence and survival. Subsequently, efficient training, management, and utilization of teachers is crucial to the quality of the learning outcomes and internal efficiencies in education. As we implement reforms in education, we are conscious of the fact that we must also reform teacher training through the competence-based teacher education. Consequently, for us to develop socially and economically, we must adopt the global trends in education, which have enabled nations like Korea, Malaysia, and India to develop in all spheres of life. To the chairman of the board, I take this opportunity to thank the board for the good management of this college. I am encouraging the board to reach out to other willing partners, including the national government CDF of this area, to enhance the infrastructure development of these institutions. I'm encouraged to note that we have partners with us. So these are some of those that we need to reach out to address the gaps. I've also noted that there are critical infrastructural gaps, such as the Learning Resource Center, the Science Lab, the Science and Computer Lab, among others. I therefore urge the board to seek from the critical partners to complement the government's effort. I also wish to take the opportunity to emphasize on the need for prudent financial management to ensure effective and successful implementation of the institutional programs and activities. To achieve this, there should be internal controls and timely financial reporting using the approved International Public Sector Accounting System, or RIPSAS, mode of government reporting. I note with gratitude that this college has recorded excellent results in 2022 upgrade program in primary education. The summative evaluation where the college attained 82.48% mark in 2022 and 81.60% in PT in 2020. I also take note of the exemplary performance in the core curricular activities such as sports, ball games, and athletics. All teacher training colleges are encouraged to fully participate in core curricular activity in line with the CBC pathway. The teacher educators are encouraged to work harder to ensure that all trainees attain higher grades in order to mitigate against the failures in the examination. I take this opportunity to congratulate the teacher educators for the exemplary performance. Graduates, this is a very special occasion that marks the end of your training course of study. I believe the course has opened many options for you, and it is upon you to pursue the available opportunities to develop yourself as individuals. And our MC told you which university is here. Aliwaambia ni nani? Mulisahau? Aliwaambia kuna opportunity already with you here. So it is you to develop yourself as an individual. As you join the world of work, you will be expected to adopt and implement the current education reform that the ministry is implementing. And you must therefore acquit yourselves with the reforms, especially those who graduated earlier. You must also acquire the legal and policy documents in education and read them thoroughly for you to know what is expected of you in this noble profession. Some of the documents that you need to know include which ones? Graduates. Which are the legal documents you need to know? You need to know the following. The TSC Act. Sindio? Because the Constitution demands you must first of all be registered by the TSC. You must also be familiar with the Basic Education Act. As a teacher, you must be able to be familiar with the TSC Code of Regulations. Sindio? You must also be familiar with what the Constitution provides. Of course, we are going to have the sector strategic plan that will be reviewed. These are some of the documents that as you get into the noble profession, you must also be able to arm yourself to be ready to deliver what is expected of you. Finally, the 21st century teacher like you will be expected to inspire your learners. We are in CBC. And in CBC, we are nurturing every learner's what? Potential. So we are expected that you are going to inspire your learners. You are going to engage them in a friendly manner. You are going to collaborate and communicate effectively. You will be digital literate. You will adopt gender-responsive teaching and learning approaches. And you will integrate the 21st century skills in all teaching subjects. This will enable learning to be more interesting and will result in improved learning outcomes. As I conclude, I want to say this. I take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates once more and to wish you well as you prepare to join the profession and to welcome you to the profession of teachers. You know, I'm a teacher. Do you think we need to welcome you? We need to welcome you to the profession. I also want to extend my gratitude for all those who made this day worthwhile. From those who showed us the various displays, those who entertained us, we want to appreciate you. You made this graduation very colorful and lively. I also want to recognize our parents, Sindio, and our guardians, because without them supporting us, we would not have made it to this day. So to our parents, we want to thank you for having supported them to enable them achieve what they have been able to achieve. I will not forget the teacher educators, the board and the management. We want to thank you all for together you are able to have before us the graduates. So as I conclude, I want to thank all the parents, the guardians, the relatives, the friends who have attended and participated in this memorable occasion. I also want to wish you a safe journey back to your destination. With those few remarks, all the sentiments, I want to say thank you and God bless you.